Okay, so let's get the call rolling. I don't want to take up too much time for you today, but we got a couple of former interns, if you will, and one of them is actually a current intern, and they're going to be sharing some really good stuff with us about what worked for them, tips on closing deals, and what really made the difference for them last summer. So we'll get to them in just a little bit. So right now, I just wanted to say, so far, congratulations to everybody. We're really proud of how much progress you guys have made in the last couple of weeks. It seems like everybody's definitely turned a corner. The way things have been going this week, we're expecting just to have a huge finish to the week. We've had 7 sales put up in the last 2 days, and I've been speaking with people all morning. I know we've got a lot more that are set to tee up to close this afternoon. So that's exactly what we want for all of you guys, everybody making sales, closing deals, making a little money, and getting your confidence going. So having said that, for some of you, I want to make sure we're not getting ahead of ourselves, right? Some of you guys, I know after speaking with you, you're getting impatient. You're expecting to close 3 or 4 sales every day. But, reality, if you want to stay in the top of the rankings each week, it's really all about consistency, right? If you want consistency, you got to get in the habit of setting up your leads and then closing them out. So just like volleyball, you hit the ball after it comes over the net. Most of the time you have to set it, and then you can spike it, right? So this is exactly the same way for sales. 40% of your sales will be able to be closed on the spot. If you pull the paperwork out, take the initiative, and ask for the sale. That's critical. Just assume the sale, pull out your paperwork, and ask for it. The other 60% of your sales, though, they're going to need to be set up. You're going to need a follow-up meeting, and you're going to need to close it out. So in order to set up these leads that you've secured appointments for, you want to set up the actual appointments and not just, follow-ups, right? You don't want to hear, well, just come by later. You want to set up secured appointments. So ask yourself if you have secured meetings at 10 today, at 11:30, at 2, at 4, and at 5 tomorrow. Or are your appointments loose where you're just stopping by? There's a big difference. There's a huge difference. If you notice your follow-up appointments, too, are coming like 4 or 5 days out from your initial meeting, you're giving them too much time. The excitement of the revenue we can generate for them is going to wear off. If you, quote unquote, sleep on it, give them the night to think about it. But say to them that day, hey, how about I swing by tomorrow and wrap things up, right? The worst they can say is no. I need more time. You should come back the day after. But that's fine, too. We'll come back in 48 hours. So make sure that all your follow-ups, you suggest that you come back within 1 day or 2 days. And I'm telling you, the top sellers, year over year, always try and come back and close the same day. If you talk to someone in the morning and they need to think about it, ask them, hey, if I come back at 3 this afternoon, would you be ready to go? Again, the worst they can say is no, right? All right. Here's another thing. Don't take no too easily for an answer. We know that everybody's going to have an objection of some kind, right? The average person takes 2 no's before giving up. But the people who take a 3rd no, a 4th, a 5th no, those are the ones that are making the sales. Don't back down too easily. You're there to help them, right? We have a great product. It generates revenue. Most of you have used the coupon books as students yourself, so you know that these work. So take a stand. That a 5-minute meeting can last 15 minutes longer if you don't give up. If you just keep asking questions, show them why they should advertise it with us. Pull out all the stops each and every time. I promise you'll be happy with the results. All right, guys. Before I turn it over to our first guest speaker, I want to address something about competition. The bad guys are already out in full force. One of our competitors is called University Directories or Around Campus. And they've already kicked off their summer sales season, and they are kicking off your renewals one by one. They take our books every year when we were Campus Special, and they would look at our customer list, and they would target those specifically. So, you guys are in control of getting to your clients first. You have the ability to hustle and get in front of all your customers right away before Around Campus can get in there and start talking to them. They will say what they need to say to get a sale. They're going to tell them that their products are better, that their online listings are better, their book is better, and so forth, right? They're going to tell them how nobody uses our book. So are you going to be okay with that? If you are losing sales to this other company because they're hustling and maybe you're not, you got to do something about it, guys. Put on the gloves and go to battle. Right? Here's what you can do to stay in control. Get to your renewals before they do. You know, they move with a purpose, and they're hell-bent on getting to your clients before you do. I promise you they're going to all of yours before they go into theirs. So I'll put it into perspective for you guys, you know, not to scare you, but just to give you a glimpse of what can happen. The same clients that you're kind of nervous to walk into and talk to about spending money with us, they'll turn around and spend $2,000 with Around Campus because they got there first and they asked for the money. You know, the same client who tells you that they don't have any money and then you just leave, they'll turn around later and drop $3,000 with Around Campus because they get sold. So ask yourself, does that make you mad? Does that frustrate you? It should. You know, just because we have a better product and better training and better salespeople, it means nothing. You know, owners can be gullible. They can be sold easily. So if you're not moving at 100 miles an hour to get to your renewals and the prime places in town, you're losing money. You know, so what are you waiting for? You're essentially telling Around Campus, you know, take free reign on our renewals. You guys should get mad and get possessive of your territory. Get out to every single customer from last year as fast as you can. It's your money. Go out and get it. You know, a great example of this is yesterday. Emily and I stopped into University Tire. She'd been there before. He showed a little bit of interest, so we went back. We walked in, and the first thing he says is, well, I've decided not to run with you guys this year. Instead of leaving, we started asking questions. And I said, well, can you tell me why you're not going to run with us? And he eventually said, well, I've already bought with Around Campus. And he felt bad telling us that. But even at that point, we didn't walk out. I asked him, okay, well, what was it about Around Campus that, you know, made the difference for you? And, you know, I asked him, how many books do they distribute Around Campus? And he didn't know. And I told him, well, they distribute around 15,000. But guess what? We distribute 20,000. So if you do both books, if you buy into our book too, you've got 35,000 opportunities to hit all the students. So what's the real deal? Is it price? And that's when he admitted, yeah, it was all about price with us. So we negotiated, and we ended up closing the deal. We got him to sign for a standard coupon right there on the spot. He wrote a check for the full amount, and we walked out with Emily's second sale. So here's a situation where we walked in, and he's telling us right off the bat, no, I bought with somebody else. But we didn't leave. We just asked questions. And that continued the conversation, and we turned a no into a yes right then and there by asking questions and taking the stand. So competition shouldn't be a scary thing for you guys. Go out there and attack it. We've got a great product, and you know it. All right, enough for me. I'm going to turn it over to Clint Elam, and he's our first guest speaker this week. Clint worked with the South Florida team last year, and Clint sold over $36,000, guys, and put him our 19th ranked account executive out of over 350. $36,000. Think about what that would do to your pocketbook to get commissions on $36,000. So Clint wanted to speak to you guys today and share with you what worked for him last summer and how he sold so much revenue. So, Clint, are you there and ready to rock and roll?
Yeah, I'm right here, Brad.
All right, take it away, my friend.
All right, thank you, Brad, for having me. First, I want to congratulate every intern on the call right now, working hard every single day. I was in your shoes last year around this time, and it was a great experience. But as Brad mentioned, I wanted to share a few points with you that really helped me be successful at this internship. And these are things that if you implement today going forward, you're going to have a great rest of the summer. So to start with, I just want to make the first point, be confident and really take pride in what you're selling. Every business's goal is to make more money. And this is a legitimate way that these businesses can connect with college students and bring in thousands of new customers every single year. And this isn't just for these businesses, because at the end of the summer, when these books come out, and in the fall semester and the spring semester, all your friends are going to thank you for it. And when it comes out, you want this to be as thick as possible with great deals for all the students and really be proud of it. I remember when I first got these books as a freshman, how pumped I was. I was ready to take over all the business in town, try out all the new food, all the new entertainment, and save money while doing it. And after that, I made it a point to get my hands on these books every year. Because these books, they help students save money and really enjoy their market, help businesses make money and really thrive in their market. And now with the community outreach and the philanthropy of the Wounded Warriors project that Brad and some other leaders put in. Now they're giving back to veterans that risk their lives to protect ours. So really take pride in what you're selling. The second point I wanted to make is earn their business. So you have to be persistent with every business you walk into, and you can't give up. You're going to hear a ton of no's before you finally turn into a yes. But by the time you make that sale, it's going to make it so much more valuable. So when you face rejection over and over again, and the owner tells you it's not for them, spend some time getting to know the owners a little more on a personal level. So show them that you're not just there to walk in their door and sell them a couple $1,000s worth of advertising, but you're legitimately there to help their business grow and to see them succeed. For me, I remember last summer, I would have a sales meeting in a plaza, and after I left, I'd walk into the pizza place next door that I had already been in at least 50 times that summer. And it got to the point where the owner got so tired of seeing me that it was funny. I'd walk in and she'd say, you again, in a sarcastic voice. So I'd walk in and I told her, hey, I'm not here to sell you anything. I just came from Chuck's next door at the frozen yogurt shop. We got him on board running some great deals. But I just wanted to see how your weekend went. Did you enjoy the camping trip with your kids? So getting to know them a little bit better and know their life will really build that relationship, and eventually they'll trust you enough to give you a shot. A line that I like to use that really works for me is after I go in at least 5 to 10 times and I built that strong bond with the owner, I'd say, look, Mary, we only have a few months to get the best business in town together in this book, offering some great deals for the students, and we have to get it prepared so that the returning students and the incoming students have this in their hands the day they step on the campus. I wouldn't be coming in here every single day of the week or every single week if I wasn't extremely confident that your business would be a great fit and that the students are going to love seeing it in your book and run right to your store. So give it a shot. I know it's going to work for you. So after you get to this point where these owners trust you and they see how hard you're working for them, they're going to want to give you that shot and see how hard the coupons will work for them as well. So the last point I wanted to make is always be closing. And I know you hear this all the time, but it's the most important thing because you can give a great presentation, but you have to have the courage to close. In sales and in life, we don't get anything until we ask for it. So after you've given your great pitch and you really put that 10 to 15 minutes of all that hard work in, you cannot be afraid to seal the deal with a close. One thing personally that I always like to do and work for me is after I qualify the owner to determine what product I believe would help them the most and see what they're most interested in, just pulling the paperwork out and putting it right down the table. So they see how serious I am about this and they start thinking about it. And enthusiastically I just tell them, all right, let's do this. I know the students here at USF are going to love seeing your deals in the coupon book this year, and it's going to be great for your business, so let's sign you up right now. It's the easiest thing to do, but in our heads we make it a lot harder than it is. What I would do at the beginning of the summer is I would give a solid presentation, but at the end I wouldn't have the courage to finish it off. And as I mentioned, it's an experience. It's a learning process every step of the way. So this is something that you have to implement if you want to start making sales. It's closing. So you got to be confident in what you're selling because these books do good for everyone. You can't settle for a no and turn every no you hear into a yes by earning that business, and make sure that you're always closing. Once I ensured that I was doing these 3 things in every sales meeting, that's when I really started excelling and signing businesses up left and right. And that's when I built the quality book that the students will love. And that for me, I can take this to every job interview I'll have in the future and really blow those managers away. So thank you, Brad, for having me. And good luck to everyone on this call and everyone working hard every single day. And if you ever need any advice on making game plans for the day, facing objections, closing, or anything, feel free to reach out to me. Brad has my contact info. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Clint. That was awesome. I hope you guys took great notes. I mean, those were really, really important pieces that turned it around for Clint. And, you know, he nailed it. Always be closing. It's a simple thing, but in our heads it makes a big deal. So get outside of your comfort zone today and ask for the close. The other thing I liked that he shared was the line, you know, just try it. Just go ahead and give it a shot. You know, we just sent out a video as a tip of the day last week about that very thing. How hard would that be to say to every customer today? Come on, just go ahead and try it for 1 year. Test it out. It works. I know it. I've used it. Try it out. All right. Awesome. Clint, thank you, dude. I really appreciate the help, and I'll pass along your contact info to everybody. Now we're going to hear from one of the current account executives, Nick Bolick. He's at UNC Wilmington. Nick is a returning AE from last year, actually. He did it last year, made good money, and contacted us and wanted to come back. We were more than happy to have him. Nick got out to a quick start this summer already, and he agreed to share with you guys how he was able to start out this summer and wanted to share some other great tips. So, Nick, are you ready to go?
Yes, I am. Thanks, Brad.
All right. Thanks, dude.
Good afternoon, everybody. I just want to share a few things that helped me last summer with Campus Special, and they've continued to help me this summer. I just want to start out with these things helped my team and I last year. We call them the 4 T's and the 3 R's. So the 4 T's are talk, teach, tailor, and take control. So talk to the owner, but be sure to let them talk. Sometimes the owner will just sell the product to themselves. You'd be surprised. Get them talking, because owners love talking about themselves, so it can lighten the mood, and you won't be as stressed about the situation. Teach the owner about your product. Assume that they know nothing. Make sure that you're to the point and concise, but be personable, because nobody likes to sit there and listen to lectures. Tailor the product to the business. So find out, are their college students the main source of customers, or is their location prime for college students? And find out if they're well known on campus, or is that something that they're working towards, because that's what we do, so let them know why they need us. And then finally, take control of the sale. So once tailoring our product to the business, you must take control of the situations by creating real situations for them. So this is where your ROI sheet can come in handy. So literally just do the math, like write it out and show it to them, because they want to see that you're willing to work for them. So something as small as breaking down their customer acquisition and numbers on returning customers, show them exactly how we can benefit their business. Moving on to the 3 R's, they are reach, repetition, and relevance. So reach out to every business that you can. No business wants to feel like they're left out. So use businesses that have competition around town as leverage for yourself. So if you sign 3 pizza places, go sign 3 more, go around to all the other pizza businesses, and let them know that, hey, this other piece of business down the road is in the book already, so you don't want to be left out, and they're going to be getting, all the college students, while you won't be getting any of the college students. So let them know that. Repetition is key in sales, because this shows the business their importance to our success. So visit businesses more than once. They should know you by your name, what company you work for every time you walk in the door. So don't be shy, because it's really just a business transaction and a conversation that you're going to have with somebody. So use that to your advantage, because every business owner wants to have the upper hand in acquiring more customers, and that's what we do. We have the opportunity to provide that for them. So just walk in there and be professional and be confident. The last R is relevance. So relevance is very important in making a sale, because any business can be in the book, but make sure that the business is relevant to college students, especially for us. We want to have every business in the book in town, but make sure that it's relevant to the students, because showing this to the owners that their business is going to be a big hit with students is a point that owners will make owners realize the potential that PocketMoney has for them. And you can do this with the majority of the businesses in town. A few other points about is never lower your price and build the value of the book. So use your ROI sheet. Brad sent out an email yesterday breaking down a scenario with the owner of Zaxby's, and that just very effectively showed how breaking down the price per customer, per visit, and per year gives them a rough number to base projections on for how we can be successful for them. One suggestion I would have for people who haven't made a sale yet is to go into every single business that you see, because you never know what might happen. Last year, I went to a casket and urn store, and I didn't make a sale, and while they had zero interest, it posed a challenge for me, and ultimately it was a good practice. It helped me build confidence, knowing that I just carried on a sales meeting with a business owner, and they didn't really have any interest, but I spoke to them for about 10 minutes. So just imagine what you could do with a business that had, little interest at all. Lastly, I just want to say stay determined and don't let rejection break you down. No one said it'd be easy, but it's definitely worth it once you get those commissions. So good luck out there, and I hope these points can help you out this summer. Thanks, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Nick. Dude, that was great. So many good points in there, guys. I'm going to put together just in a quick document and send out right after this call the points that Clint shared and the points that Nick shared. So you guys should take this with you and just read through it. There's a ton of good stuff in here. One of the things that you heard from both of those guys is just confidence. right? We have a great product. We can help these customers make a ton of money. So go in there being confident, knowing that you're there to help and that you really can help. This isn't a sales swarmy thing. I mean, we have a great product that works. We can make them a ton of revenue. If you have any doubts, look at the Zaxby's email that I sent out. We generated over $67,000 in revenue for Zaxby's for one location in 1 year. And I don't know what that got paid, but I promise you he would do it again in a heartbeat. I mean, it was $67,000 in revenue. Maybe he paid $2,000. Maybe he paid $5,000 for the advertising. Still worth it. If he paid $20,000 for the advertising, it's still worth it. We made him $67,000. So, again, I'll send the stuff out right after the call so you have some bullet points on this stuff. It's great stuff. Just always be confident. Go into every place, every business. You hear that from us. You've heard it from Nick. You heard it from Clint. You heard it from David last time. Go into every single business. Do not judge a business on whether or not you think they'll buy. You'll be amazed at how many people buy once you show them the ROI. And then I want to echo back as we're closing out the call today, guys. One of the things that Clint spoke of, always be closing. You know, ABC, always be closing. This is a salesperson's mantra. So the other day, we were driving around here, I saw a license plate, and it had ABC on it. And it was just a reminder to me that if I want to be successful in life, I have to close the deal every day. There's going to be deals in your personal life that you're closing. You know, even if it's, you know, for the guys, even if it's asking a girl out and you're going for the date, you got to close the deal, right? You got to ask for the date, and you got to set a date and a time. She's not going to offer up, oh, well, let's get together Friday. You have to ask for that date. It's the same thing with sales. You have to close the deal every day. So, I mean, the difference between people who are selling a lot of customers versus the ones who haven't sold yet or have only sold one or two, the difference is they're asking for the close, right? So, you know, they're not doing anything that you guys can't do. And I know that it's just a fear issue. You're not closing because you're afraid of asking for the sale and being rejected. Well, I got to tell you guys, you got to get over it. You know, you're going to face rejection in any job you have. So get used to overcoming the fear. You know, if you don't attempt to close, then you're going to get a no, right? So you should at least ask for the close. Ask for their business. I want to earn your business today. What will it take for me to earn your business today? Hey, I know I can make you a lot of money. Let's get this rolling today. I just need to get some information from you and figure out how you want to do the payments, and then we'll figure out what offer to run. But you have to ask for the close today, guys. What do you have to lose? All right. So here's the best tip of the day for the closing, and just say these words. I wouldn't spend my time coming in here if I didn't really believe that you would benefit from this. Let's go ahead and reserve your spot today. And one of the things you heard earlier, too, that I love is just try it out. Look, I know this works. I'm a student. I've used it. I know this works. I know you'll make money. So just try it out this year and pull out the paperwork. Right? And once you say try it out for this year, just be quiet at that point. Just try it out for this year. And then be quiet. Let them talk. Don't say a word. And it might be a little awkward silence, but that's going to force them to say something. Right? If you've done a good job and you've shown them the value and you've built a good relationship, watch how many times they're going to respond with, okay, let's do it. You know, it's nothing fancy. There's a quote from Wayne Gretzky. Again, I'm a sport junkie, so everything is sports to me. Wayne Gretzky said, you know, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. So take a shot, guys. You got nothing to lose by asking for the sale, or even on the approach, ask them for the appointment and keep that within 2 days. Try and see them tomorrow or the day after at most. All right, guys. This is final thoughts, right? They're going to sell you on why they shouldn't buy every time, or you're going to sell them on why they should buy every time. So don't get sold, right? Somebody gets sold in every appointment. My challenge for all of you today is to take a risk. Surprise yourself. Do something that you'd normally be afraid to do. You know, this is where you grow and this is where you learn. So step up your game and take a stand with these customers today. Don't let anybody get in the way of you accomplishing your goals and making your sales stay. It's time to turn your swag on. So that's a young people term. You guys like that? All right, so that's our song for the day is Turn My Swag On. Thank you guys for calling in. Good luck to everybody this afternoon, and call me when you're with the customer so I can help you close some sales.